Is this thing on? Boom! Welcome to my channel. I haven't done this style of video in quite a long time, but this is kind of the new setup for our content room, which is really just a clean space where I can make videos and whatnot. Anyways, I'm rambling again. So anyways, it's good to see you guys again. I've been trying to upload, but you know how it gets. Like, I get super lazy, and when I get fucking super lazy, I just get lazy and I don't record. So I'm gonna try really hard to pump out more videos, especially per week. And I get a lot of DMs still on Instagram, Facebook, even from my YouTube channels. A lot of it's still like the same types of questions, so I figured if I make more frequent videos, it'll definitely help all you viewers out. Okay, so there's like, let me just adjust this a little bit. There's this common denominator that I see very frequently with people failing in Turos and car rentals in general. And I keep stressing this all time and time again. Do not do fucking economy cars. Stick with either exotics, performance, or luxuries. Stay the fuck away from economy cars. And when I say economy, I'm talking like the Corollas, Accords, the Hyundais, and I somewhat group like entry-level Mercedes and BMWs, like 3 Series and C-Class. Like, I consider those I still consider them economy. I don't consider them luxury, because they still are on the cheaper end of the spectrum, which means you're gonna get cheaper ends of the spectrum of the clientele. And that's where I see people failing all the time. Because people come up to me and they'll be like, "Ty, like, I took your advice and I got into it in luxury, and I asked them what cars it is, and they're like, oh, we couldn't afford this and that, so we ended up getting like a C300 Mercedes or like a 330i BMW, or worse yet, Camrys, Corollas, and Civics." And I'm like, bruh. Like, I stress this out on my Instagram and on my YouTube channel. Do not do economy cars. There's zero money, there's zero profits to be made in economy. I see people renting out economy cars for like $30 a day, $40 a day. Sometimes on the high end, $50 a day. Like, it just makes zero sense. Especially if you consider like the cars that we rent out, like a Corvette C8, or even my C7 that I had for 10 years, and we're still commanding a pretty big premium. Obviously, it's gonna depend on the market you're in, but when there's no money in something, okay, here's the thing. People tell me like they don't want to risk spending a lot of money on a high-end car. Risk is not the price of something. Don't buy the price, buy the value proposition, okay? Risk is not the price you spend on a vehicle. Risk is the percentage of success you are going to have with the vehicle. Like, if you spend $100,000 on a vehicle, like a high-end vehicle, it doesn't mean it's high risk, because if that $100,000 like commands success, like if that $100,000 is gonna make you successful, that's less risk than spending like $30,000 on a Corolla where you make zero money and you're doomed to fail. Like, why would you, like, instead of spending $30,000 to fail, which inevitably everybody seems to fail. Like, if you just go on the Reddit forums and if you go on the Turo forums on Reddit, you can see everybody failing. And what types of cars are they renting out? Economy cars. What about the ones that are doing the high-end exotics and luxuries? Honestly, there's not too many, and the ones that are doing it, they're fucking succeeding. Like, all the ones on Reddit that are doing like the sports cars, the Porsches, you know, like the high-end Mercedes, G-Wagons, I see them constantly adding more vehicles in, and their return rate of like their profit is just so much higher. Like instead of like a Corolla and Camry where you can maybe take one step forward, 2 steps forward, and then like suddenly have someone curb out your rim or damage your car, and now you're like 10 steps backwards. Like with Porsches and all the high-end cars, it's like you're taking 10 to 20 steps forward. And yeah, if somebody damages something like curb rash, or you know, you just dents, dings, like even though because you took 10 to 20 steps forward, you can afford to take like 5 steps back. Whereas if you're doing a Honda Corolla, Toyota Corolla. See, I don't even remember these cars. Like, you guys should not be knowing these cars off the top of your head. Like, you guys should be knowing like 911 GT3 RS, GT4s, you know, all that type of stuff. Anyways, my ADHD is fucking going nuts. You need something that can propel you 10 to 20 steps forward, just in case you take 5 steps backwards, okay? And you'll still be A-okay. Anyway, so the take home of this is I myself, and again, this is just what's worked for me. It may not work for you guys, but I'm giving you first-hand experience of what's worked for me. I've been doing this since like 2021. Still in business, still making money, still balling. You guys see the cars, you guys see the watches, you see the travels, okay? Like, I have nothing to sell you. Like, I have zero to sell you. I don't have a course, I have nothing to fucking sell you. Like, I don't have skin in the game where I need your money. I don't need your money. You guys don't need to pay me fucking shit. I don't care. Everybody else is selling a course. Like, that Aubrey chick, she's selling a fucking course. That's why she's promoting, like, economy vehicles. Like, how many courses do you think she'll sell if she tells people, hey, economy doesn't work, you're gonna have to spend like 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand in order to make car rentals work? No one's fucking buying that course, okay? But if she says, you can start with like low risk, like a $10,000 car. Now all of a sudden everybody's brain's going, oh shit, like I can't afford 100,000. But you know what? This chick Aubrey is telling me that I can afford $10,000 and I can make this thing work. Let me buy that fucking course. Okay? They're trying to sell you something. So when you're listening to somebody, especially on podcasts or YouTube, think about what their motives are. Dude, like, what are they selling you? What's their goal? Most YouTubers have a course. I don't have a course. I don't give a fuck about that course. Anyways, sorry about my ADHD. I swear to God, like, I'm the most ADHD inclined person on YouTube, and I'm fucking just everywhere. My thoughts are everywhere. I try to conform them. Like, when I do these videos, I don't have it set up. I don't have it written down. I don't have topics. I'm literally just winging this shit. That's how I do everything in life. Okay, but the take home is, let's get to it. I would rather spend more money for less risk than less money, more risk, okay? I'm gonna say that again. I'd rather spend more money for less risk compared to, or versus, less money but high risk, because I'm looking to succeed. I'm not looking for low cost of entry. I'm looking for like the highest return rate I can get and the highest success rate, okay? I don't care if I only have to spend $10,000 on a car. If I'm doomed to fail, then I'm doomed to fail. Like, there's no point of it. Like, I'm not throwing good money away just to get bad money, you know? Anyways, that's pretty much it. Like, everyone keeps DMing me and saying like they're gonna start with economy cars, and it's not gonna work. Just Google. You can just Google people. You Google people's failures. They're all failing because they're doing economy cars. Look at the YouTubers that are doing like the high-end luxury cars, okay? If you're gonna be watching these YouTubers anyway, look at the ones that are doing the high-end market. They significantly have more success, okay? Well, it's hard to say because, I don't know. Yeah, fuck, my first high-end experience, high-end's the way to go. Don't fucking touch economy. And do you really want to be cleaning? Do you want to be cleaning out I keep saying Honda Corolla. I just group them together. Do you want to be cleaning out a Honda and a Toyota, or do you want to be cleaning out like a Porsche or Mercedes, a GLS 63, you know, that type of stuff, an E-Class, S-Class? And at the end of the day, somebody's paying off your vehicle. Do you want to pay it off Honda, or do you want to pay it off G-Wagon? Come on. Peace.